Joe Biden started the war on drugs. Now he's trying to continue it. Now he's firing staff members who said back in the day they used to smoke pot, weed, marijuanas, reefers. White House staff is asked to resign or work remotely after revealing past marijuana use.
Although recreational marijuana use is now legal in at least 14 states and the District of Columbia, the Biden White House is weeding out dozens of staffers who have admitted to past pot use, even though some say they were informally told it would be overlooked. CNN's chief White House correspondent, Caitlin Collins, has more on this. So, Caitlin, help us understand this. If a staffer comes from a state where recreational marijuana is legal, what for them? Anything different?
Well, no, nothing different. That doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to get a pass on these security clearance forms that White House staffers often have to fill out as they are getting background checks. Of course, that was a big thing that we talked about during the Trump administration, and that's because these background checks help make sure that a federal government employee cannot be blackmailed, for example. And so often staffers, when they're applying and have to go through this, are pretty detailed about past drug use so they can be upfront about it. And now it is causing this concern because some staffers are saying that they were told they could be upfront about it, and when they were, now they are not either they're not being granted these clearances or they are being fired from their jobs.
Let me make sure I'm getting this right. So Joe Biden has been terminating staff members who said that they used drugs in the past. So when's Kamala leaving? Yeah, when's she gonna exit stage right? Because we all know that she admitted to smoking weed when she was younger. She said, I'm from Jamaica and we smoked weed. You know how we roll. Isn't that what she told Charlamagne the God? So you mean to tell me there's one set of rules for vice presidents, another set of rules for staff? How about we just get rid of these damn drug laws altogether? Come on, Jim Crow Joe. Come on, mass incarceration Joe. Why don't we just get rid of all these archaic laws and start anew? We got 14 states plus Washington, D.C. already legalizing it on state level. Why don't you just go ahead and say, look, guys, as long as you're not coming to work high, we don't care what you used to do. How about that? I mean, if it's any indication, drug use is any indication that people can still be functional, look at your predecessor's predecessor. Barack Obama, there's pictures all over the internet of President Barack Obama smoking ganja. And for the record, Johnson, Barack Obama didn't just smoke weed occasionally. It's not just one picture of Barack Obama smoking weed. There are several pictures of Barack Obama getting his head tight.
I got high without always thinking about the harm that it could do.
Oh, he's going to act like that didn't happen, huh? He's going to act like he didn't come in with purple lips. Cigarettes are more dangerous than marijuana, and we all can agree that alcohol is. Cigarettes more dangerous to you, alcohol more dangerous to the rest of us. And still, for some reason, we already know the reason, but still for some reason, marijuana is illegal. Money, Johnson, money. So this is ridiculous. Ridiculous and archaic, and a lot of us want this anyway. We want to legalize marijuana, want to get off of the failed drug laws that you helped to put on steroids. Joe Biden, you're the architect of every piece of mass incarceration legislation adopted in the U.S. Joe Biden's name on it. And still, we got people defending him. There are people defending him on posts that I make about this issue. They don't want to push Joe to the left with the rest of the country. Most of the country wants to legalize cannabis. They're so cowardly and so afraid. Even comedians are afraid to speak against Joe Biden. It's already started, Johnson. They won't even push him left. They won't use their platforms to push him left on an issue that's dear to them. We got black comedians afraid to say, Joe Biden, ease up on the weed, man. Joe Biden, enough with the mass incarceration. Joe Biden, reefer don't drive you crazy. Wearing tight jeans don't make girls pregnant. And black people do not have tails. Wake up. But these people would rather keep their cushy jobs, not say anything offensive, don't want to piss anybody off, want to just pick up their bag and go home. And that's always the problem. The bottom line is this: of the hundreds of people hired, only 5 people who had started working at the White House are no longer employed as a result of this policy. Yes, but they made some work remotely and others suspended. So 5 were fired, but some were suspended and some were asked to work remotely. If you tell people to tell the truth, and we want to go towards legalizing cannabis anyway as a country, you know, to join the rest or most of the normalized world, maybe once in a while we can lead on something instead of always being in the back of things, you know, taking up the rear. Could America, we always say America is the greatest country on the world. Great. Well, we great. What are we great for? We're not great for healthcare. We're not great for poverty. We're not great in medicine. We're not great for quality of life. We're not great for life expectancy. We're not great. What are we winning in exactly? Oh, I know. Number of billionaires ratio to poor people. Oh, I know. Wealth inequality. That's what we're leading in. Yeah, that's what we're winning in, Johnson. Number of shitty presidents in a row. Ooh, there we go. That'd be a good one. That's what we went in. Number of countries bombed. Number of overthrown or coups staged against other countries. Number of incarcerated people. Number of genocides. Yeah, there you go. That's what we're leading in. That's it. It'd be nice at some point, guys, if we led in something that was actually good, and we could lead in something that's actually good, but we don't have the ability to do that because our politicians are bought and paid for the most part. Our political parties are run by corporations. We are the United Corporations of America. And if it went for incrementalism, we'd have no change at all. Let me ask you something. Do they know us? When I say they, I mean the talking heads on cable news. Do they know you? I mean, they talk about the world as if it's a sport. They play political games, report on our pain, rack our brain to feed the stock exchange, but do they know us? Do they know what we care about? Nope. They're too far away. They can't see us. They can't feel us. They can't relate to us. See, when you want to know what's going on in your world, trust someone who lives in your world. Subscribe.